final boss in Halls of Atonement is Lord Chamberlain. The first mechanic you will need to know about is called telekinetic toss. This is when the boss throws a statue at a nearby player, inflicting physical damage and knocking you back, and this can be lethal. Once the statue lands, it will also do some party-wide damage. So make sure you move out of its path, and healers, make sure you're ready for some party-wide damage. The next mechanic is called Erupting Torment. This is when the boss will channel all his statues and put rings around them that you will need to avoid. The next mechanic is Unleash Suffering. This is when the boss will do a frontal cone of damage, so all you'll need to do is move out of that cone. This cone does take up a decent amount of the arena, so make sure you move quickly away from that cone. The next mechanic is a tank dot, which is called Stigma of Pride. This dot inflicts shadow damage every 3 seconds for 18 seconds, and the damage of this dot increases by 30% every tick. So tanks, make sure you're using defensives toward the end of the dot, because that is when it will do the most damage. The final mechanic this boss does is called Ritual of Woe. This is when the boss will teleport to the center of the room and call his statues to him one by one. Once he has dragged all his statues to himself, he will shoot them out in 4 different directions. So make sure you're positioning it in between each statue so that you do not get knocked away. Shortly after he shoots the statues out, he will channel a beam to each statue that will do heavy party-wide damage unless you stand in between the beam and the statue so that the party-wide damage doesn't go out. Now tanks, there is a really cool trick that you can do for this. You can stand between 2 statues and get right up next to the boss, and you should be able to tank 2 beams. For DPS that are also going to be handling a beam, make sure you use the defensive. After 10 seconds of channeling, the boss will cast Erupting Torment again, which you will need to quickly move out of. But other than that, that is Lord Chamberlain, the final boss of Halls of Atonement.